So I'm just out for a wee wander along the beachfront at the Mar Menor and let's see what's happening. Anyway, in the background you will see the Mar Menor, little inland sea. It's had some bad press over the last probably, I don't know, 10-15 years, maybe a bit before that, about pollution. And lots of people are worried about, you know, coming to live near the Mar Menor or to go swimming in it. And all I can tell you is that there's a whole group dedicated to saving the Mar Menor and to improving it. And there was an instant where I think there was some sewage had gone into it a few years ago, and a lot of fish had been killed. And there's videos on YouTube and stuff kicking around about it, or, you know, some sort of environmental disaster. But I have to say, the work that's going on to make it clean again is just outstanding, to the point where you're in the water and there's lots and lots of little fish swimming around, and it does have some jellyfish, but they are harmless jellyfish. They're not stinger jellyfish, and you actually see the kids playing with them here. They're brought up with them, so you just ignore them. You just sort of swim around and they don't bother you. And they are part of the natural ecosystem for improving the water here, to make it healthy again. So don't believe any of the stories you hear about the Mar Menor being polluted and it's not safe. You know, lots of people are in it all the time swimming. People are healthy, they live to a long age here. Now, just as I walk past this, I don't know if I've ever pointed this out, but all along the beaches in Spain, I'll try and get a better shot of it, you get these little areas that are exclusive for people with disabilities. So if you've got some kind of disability, you see people in wheelchairs or, you know, walking sticks or Zimmers and stuff, and it means they've got a nice flat area to be able to come to the beach and sit there and enjoy it without getting sort of bogged down. And you can also, just next to that, you'll see this is the remnants of the heavy rain that we've had. So the streets in Los Alcázares, obviously it's an old town, so the streets have been designed so that when the heavy rain does come, I'll just roll the camera around, it kind of runs down these streets, you know, they're all down pointing towards the beach, runs down these streets, just runs right across the esplanade here into these parts of the beach where it runs right out into the Mar Menor. And given, you know, the Mar Menor's beaches are man-made, so they regularly, in fact every year, often throughout the year, they'll come along and top up the sand on the beach. It's weird to see it, but it just keeps it looking nice. So yeah, just as I'm talking about the council sorting out the beaches, I've just come along further along here, and there we go, that's exactly what I mean. So you've got all the sand being pulled back out from in the water and being redistributed back on the beach. It's a never-ending job, and you know, you see them doing it a couple of times a year, just trying to make the beaches nice. So just going to cut back from the beach, back up through another part of the town. And again, you've got a couple of little cafes and bars here, and I can't stress how busy these are in the summer months, particularly on the days when they have fiestas. You just can't get moving. But we'll capture all of that in another video once the place picks up. So we've got another little square here, just deserted little back streets. It's like lockdown. I remember taking lots of photographs of Glasgow city centre in lockdown, and it was just like a ghost town. In fact, I might knock together a little video about what that time felt like for us all, because it was a strange time in all of our lives. But anyway, so yeah, you got this lovely little square and another beautiful little chapel. This one does an English mass. I think it's, in fact, I'll look at the notice. If any of you're Catholic and you're looking to come to mass in Los Alcázares and you want to do an English mass, let's have a wee look what it says. Yeah, so I'll just zoom in on that bit because it's easier to see. So a mass in English on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. the Catholic Church of Our Lady of the Assumption. So if you are Catholic and you're looking for somewhere to come and do a mass, there are other masses on at different times, but the one in English is on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and it is a beautiful little chapel. We'll try and grab some shots of that on another video. Somebody mentioned to me actually, and I hadn't given it a thought, as I walk around doing these videos, somebody just remarked at how clean the streets are. And you know, for the most part, that's true. You rarely see any sort of rubbish discarded. People use bins. They put the rubbish in bins. They don't tend to just throw it out. And we've even got a new McDonald's restaurant up the other end of Los Alcázares. It's only opened in the last couple of months. And normally as you go around near a McDonald's in the UK, there's just rubbish strewn everywhere. People just sort of throw it out their cars, but we don't even get that here. So for some reason the Spanish have managed to crack being able to get people to use rubbish bins as they're out and about, and not just throw stuff out the windows of their car. That was my wee Glaswegian coming out there, the windies. Sometimes it slips out, but I'm so used to speaking. I did most of my working life, I worked all over the UK, and when I first started working in England, a lot of people said they didn't understand me, so I had to refine my Glasgow accent quite a bit. But every now and again it just slips back. Maybe I should get back to using it full time, who knows. Maybe you wouldn't understand me if I did. So just coming back up to the main street here. All over Los Alcázares there are lots and lots of murals on the wall. So we seem to have local artists will come and just talk to the council, find a wall and just do a painting on it. And some of them are really good. We'll maybe point out another couple as we go. So again, more artwork here. Kind of anime style stuff, just filling a wall that was empty and looking quite dull. This goes round the corner as well there. So if you're an art lover, there's plenty to have a look at, and there's some great art tours that are run by a local artist, and you can go around doing an art tour on a bicycle, and you can go around on the little tourist train. They do an art tour on that as well, so look out for these if you're in the area and you're staying. So I'm just going to head back to the car now, and as I go, I don't know if I've pointed this out before, but this is a fantastic little bodega Mar Menor. See if I can get it from this side. Now, if you're a wine lover, that's an absolute treasure trove of wines and liqueurs and all sorts of spirits. I'll maybe actually ask the guy if I can do a video there one day. And on the subject of wine, We tend to there's a red wine here called the Governor, and it seems to be the wine of choice for expats. It's a beautiful red wine. It's very like a Malbec, but the great thing about it is it's €2.85 a bottle. We're still trying to find a white that we both like, but we both like the Governor, as do many of our friends. That's a wee wander around part of the beachfront. I hope you found that interesting, and if you did, please click on like and subscribe. As usual, if there's anything else that you'd like me to film, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to try and do that for you. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all hopefully on the next video. Hasta luego!